Hello YouTubers, hello everybody watching today's video. Thank you for watching today's video. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe to this channel. By subscribe, press the red button underneath this video and subscribe to this channel. In today's video, we are going to be speaking about Squareface website e-commerce tutorial, getting started with your online shop. In this tutorial, we'll cover the basics of adding your shop to your site, creating your first product or services listing, setting up a way for people to pay. Okay, so before we go into this, remember in today's video we are speaking about Squareface website e-commerce tutorial. Squareface website. First, what is Squareface website? Squareface is an American website building and hosting company based in New York City. So Squareface is an American website that is based in America, and it is based in New York City. Okay, it provides software as a service for website building and hosting, and allows users to use pre-built website templates and drag and drop elements to create and modify web page. Okay, so that is Squareface website. Another thing we need to understand is what is e-commerce first. What is e-commerce? E-commerce refers to commercial activities, including the electronic buying and selling of products and services, which are conducted on online platforms or over the internet. So when we are talking about Squareface e-commerce tutorial, we are speaking about, it actually refers to the buying or selling of products and services or online. So we are actually speaking about buying and selling of products, but we are referring to the website Squareface. Okay, so first, before we go into details, what does it mean to work in e-commerce? E-commerce jobs are positions that complete tasks necessary for buying and selling of products and services on the internet. What is e-commerce in simple words? What do we mean by e-commerce in simple words? We mean that e-commerce is the buying and selling of goods and services, or transmitting of funds or data over electronic networks, primarily the internet. Okay, so now we are going into details into today's video. We are going into this Squareface website e-commerce tutorial. Okay, getting started with your online shop. In this tutorial, we'll be covering the basic of adding your shop to your site, creating your first product or services listing, setting up a way for people to pay you, and look at which Squareface plan to choose and base it on what you need your shop to do. Okay, so we understand now Squareface is a website that is located in America, so Squareface e-commerce is Squareface website e-commerce. We are referring to buying and selling of products and services which are conducted online. So they are conducted on this website Squareface. Okay, so now we are going to look at how to set up this website. We are going to look at into details how we use this website. You understand how to create an online store using Squareface. So we are going to look at how can we create an online store. How can we create an online store or on the website Squareface? You understand? So in order to create an online store on the website Squareface, the first thing, step number one that you need to do is add a shop to your Squareface site. Okay, the first thing you need to do is to add a shop on your Squareface site. So before we can start setting up a shop, lifting our products and tracking our store design, we need to physically add an online store to our site. You understand? So we need to first do what? We need to first add an online store to our site. Okay, to do this, go to pay, click on the plus sign to add new page, then choose a shop. Okay, so you'll be able to track the style and layout of your store once you've add it. So just pick which example you feel like look. Okay, so you understand the first thing we need to do, right? The first thing we need to do in order to use our Squareface website is to add a shop to your Squareface site. You need a shop in order to earn money on your in order to conduct this business, in order to conduct this online business. Okay, the second step you need to do in order to conduct this Squareface website is to navigate the backend of your Squareface shop. Okay, the second thing you need to do, step number 2, is navigate the backend of your Squareface shop. Once you've added the name your shop, go ahead and click on it to open it. All right, to the right you'll see your store page. The page your site visitor will see when they click shop. In your main navigate and want to browse through all your products or services. A shop page has all the same capabilities as a regular page, meaning you can add, drag and drop wherever section or content block you choose. Okay, so what am I telling you now? I'm telling you that you need to navigate the backend of your Squareface shop. You need to make sure that your Squareface shop is in order. There's just one tensing expectation, and that is the special shop section that your page automatically covers with. This special collection section is built into your. So what am I telling you guys? This special collection section is built into your shop page to help instant disabilities any product you add to the shop, and so it can't be deleted or block added it. Okay, so in the second step we are speaking about navigating the backend of your Squareface shop. You understand? The first step we talked about in building a Squareface website is to create an online store using Squareface, right? And then the second step is to navigate the backend of your Squareface shop. So we are going into details. We are still going into details on how to navigate the backend of your Squareface shop. Like I said, there's just a tentative expectation, and that is to special shop section that your page automatically comes with. The special collection section is built into a shop. You understand? Pages to help instantly display any products you add to the shop, and so it can't be deleted or blocked added to it. Only display section settings can be tweaked to style the look of the section. Okay, so on the left you will find your store panel where you go to add and manage all your products. Okay, so navigating the backend of your Squareface website is actually based on making sure that you manage all the products that are on your Squareface website. The step number 3 that you need to take in order to use a Squareface website and make a Squareface website and get started with your online shop is to edit your shop page settings. To open your shop page settings, click the gear icon in your store panel. You understand? So this window is where you will edit shop page URL. You understand? Product categories and subcategories. You understand? So you're going to put it's actually like making the website. Once you have your website, you are designing templates. You are making templates of how to make sure that your website is placed in the correct manner. You understand? So that, like for example, editing your shop page settings. To open your shop page settings, click the gear icon in your store panel. This window is where you will edit shop page URL, product categories and subcategories, CEO titles and descriptions to make your shop easier to find in the Google search. So you need CEO titles. You need CEO titles and description to make sure that people get easy access to your shop. People find your shop easier. Shop preview images. The images you want to display when someone shares a link to your online store. You need shop preview images. Decorate your shop. Make sure that your people will see your shop and admire the images on your shop. You understand? So advanced settings. This is where you go to enable quick view preview when someone hovers over your products, thumbnails, your shop pages, and also to add product tags, which are just another way to help organize your store. You understand? So this was the third step you need to do in order to get started with your online store on the Squareface website, is to edit your shop pages setting. Okay, now we are going to the fourth step you need to do in order to get started with your online store on the website Squareface. The fourth step you need to do is to add your shop categories and tags. Adding your shop categories and tags, you can choose to create all your categories and subcategories ahead of time by entering them into your shop page settings all at once, or by creating them as needed when you are adding individual products to your shop. Okay, so any categories you will add will be visible, clickable categories on your shop page. So you don't want to have any categories without actual products in them when you do launch your shop. Okay, so what this means is that you don't want to have any categories without actual products in them. So make sure that when you set up your Squareface website, you make sure that there is no category which does not have products in them. You understand? Every page of your Squareface website has categories. In this site I am this is for sale, this is for sale, this is for sale. There's no category that has a blank space. Okay, so to make a subcategory, just drag and drop one of your categories under another inside your shop category settings, and to create a subcategory, just drag it under another subcategory. You understand? So let me make an example. Let's use a jewelry shop for example. Okay, so you have a Squareface website and we are making an example of a jewelry shop. Okay, maybe on your Squareface website you are selling jewelries. You understand? Your categories might be rings, necklace, earrings, to help shoppers further narrow down their search. You might add subcategories higher like gold, silver, diamond, gold, silver, diamond, etc. You understand? So tags are a little different and can only be added in an individual product settings, but once they are added, they can also be managed here in your store page setting. Think of tags as a way to organize your shop using non-product features related. You understand, guys? So we made an example of a jewelry shop on your Squareface. You have a Squareface website, and you are getting started with your online store, and maybe you are selling jewelries. So I'm making an example. I'm saying that it must have categories. Categories we are talking about. Let's say we are selling jewelry. What kind of jewelry are you selling? You are selling rings, you are selling necklace, you are selling earrings, you are selling etc. Subcategories that you can make, for example, gold, silver, and diamond. So that's example of subcategories that you can make. So tags are a little different, like I said, and can only be added in an individual product setting, but once they are added, they can also be managed here in your store page settings. Think of tags as a way to organize your shop using non-profit feature related. You understand, guys? So step number 4 we are still in step number 4, right? But on step number 4 we talked about categories, adding shop categories. You have an online store on your Squareface website, you are adding categories. You are selling jewelries. What kind of jewelries are you selling? You are selling rings, you are selling necklace, you are selling earrings. You understand? You are selling silver, you are selling gold, you are selling diamonds. So everything you need to have categories. So on step number 4, adding products, and on step number 4 we can add another point. On step number 4 we can speak about adding products and services listing to your online store. So on your online store, guys, you need to add products and services listed to your online store. We need to make sure that our online store has products and services listed to it. You understand? So to add your first product or service, click the plus sign in your store panel. Choose the category that best describes what you are trying to sell. So what are you trying to sell to people on your online store? What are you trying to sell to people on your online store? So if you are trying to sell something to people on your online store, you need to choose the category that best describe what you are trying to sell. Okay, physical products, you'll physically be sending them a package when they make their purchases. Okay, so we're talking about physical products that you need to decide on the best products that describe your online store. For example, physical products, you will physically be sending them a package when they make a purchase. If someone buys a physical product, on your online store, you will send them a package when they buy that physical product. Maybe you will ship them the product. I don't know how you plan to send it to them. Maybe you will ship it to them You will ship it to them, and then they will receive it via mail. You understand? So digital products, goods are delivered via email, like a link to a downloadable file or a password protected page on your site. You understand? So maybe you are selling a digital product. You can send it via email, or you can send it via a file, or you can send it via a password. You understand, guys? So another step that we need to take is services. We are talking about adding product and services listing to your online shop, right? So now we are looking at services. Rather than sending them anything electronically or in mail, in order to fulfill their purchase, you are going to have to actually provide them with a service. So what kind you are going to provide these people with a service when you are selling something on your online store? That's what I'm basically trying to tell you now. Another point that I can make when we are talking about adding products and services listing to your online shop is gift cards. Gift cards. We can use gift cards on our online store. These are also electronically delivered, meaning they won't get a physical copy of their gift card, but they can apply the balance of that virtual gift towards future purchases in your store. You understand, guys? So you can use gift cards on your online store to promote sales. You can sell gift cards to people when they come to your online or your Squareface online store. You understand? So that's the point I made. So Squareface website, what else can you do on your Squareface website to get started with your online store? So we are moving on to step number 5 on how to get started with your online store. Step number 5 is to edit your product description on your online store. Edit your product description on your online store. Depending on when you created your online shop, you may have the option to use either the classic editor or the new editor. Each has the same setting, just in a slightly different location. The classic editor has all the settings you'll need sorted under specific tabs within the editor, whereas the new editor will have all the settings on one long scrolling page. When you fill in the information under each of these settings, you are telling Squareface what to include on that specific product page, rather than having to build and design each product page completed from scratch. Squareface will take them into you, put in your products editor, and use your templates, colors, button fonts, and other site styles to automatically create your product page. So editing your product descriptions, meaning that Squareface, the website Squareface can automatically create you a product page. Let's look at the first setting you'll want to tweak within each editor when setting up a product or service listing. You understand? So what does that mean, guys, when we are talking now? It means that when you build your Squareface website, you need to edit product description. You need to make sure that let's say you are selling something on your Squareface website. You need to make sure that your descriptions match what you are selling to the people. You understand? You need to make sure that what you are describing to these people you are selling on your website. Let's look at another things, like for example product names, images and description, product visibility, whether your listing will be visible, scheduled to go live at a later date, or hidden from your store front. Categories and tags, you can create new categories or tags here, or start typing to auto populate one you've already created. You understand? So step number 6 in creating an online store on your Squareface website is to setting your product prices and creatings. Your product prices, the products that you are selling on your Squareface website. What is the price for those products that you are selling on your Squareface website? The following settings can be found under the pricing or value tab in the classic editor, depending on which type of product you've added. Adding a single product is pretty self-explanatory here, but if you are selling a product or service with more than one option, rather than creating multiple listings, you'll create what are called product variants. Say you are selling a ring that comes in the size of a 6 to 10. You'd want to add in a new variant for every size option your customer has, but you also carry this same ring in silver and gold. Rather than creating a whole new product listing, you would want to add separate lines items for every single size in gold, as well as separate items for every single size in silver. This will create a little drop down for your visitors to use to select which options they want before ordering. You can also upload a specific image to display when the customer chooses a certain combination of which of options and wants to preview your product. This also allows you to set different prices for different options of the same product and put some on sale but not others. You understand? So the 6th step in making your online store, your Squareface online store, a success is to set your product prices and creatings. You understand? Your product needs to have prices and creatings. You understand? So step number 7 that you need to do in order to create your online store, in the step number 7 that you need to do in order to make your online store a success is additional product information and product settings. The additional info tab or window is where you put in any information you want to appear under the product image and add to chart a reel at the top of the page. This could include the non-sexy stuff you wouldn't want in your super enticing description, like where it was made, the material it made out of, etc. Okay, but you can also use this area to get super fancy and detailed about your product or services, and you can add, drag and drop content block inside your additional info window, just like you would on your normal page. There are just a few more settings you want to edit before hitting publish on your product. Okay, before you make your product publish on your Squareface website, you need to set your product prices and creatings, right? You need to make sure that all the products you have prices. Let's say, for example, I'm selling jewelry. Maybe I'm selling them for 5,000 rand, you understand? Or I'm selling jewelries for 6,000 rand, you understand? So you need to make sure that there are pricings on all the products that you are selling. So another point that we need to look at is product forms. Product forms. If the purchase requires you to collect information from your customer to fulfill it, like if you need to have the ring custom engraved, or your service provider who needs to learn more about your clients, so you are prepared for the project or appointment, then you would add those questions to your product form. Okay, so you need to have product forms, right? So another point that we are going to look at is product URL. Product URL. Squareface will automatically generate URL. So on your Squareface website, when you are making your online store, Squareface will automatically generate URL. But if you want to create a custom product URL, you can do that under the option tab in the classic editor, or under CEO and URL in the new editor. Okay, so that was step number 7 in making your online store a success, right? So we are not done with step number 7. Remember, we are talking about additional product information and product settings. You know, this is step number 7, and we mentioned that when we are dealing with additional information and product settings, we are dealing about product forms. You know, product forms, which I talked about, and I said that if the purchase requires you to collect information from your customer to fulfill it, like if you need to have earrings engraved, maybe you need to make the earrings larger or smaller, you understand? So that's the product form that we are talking about. And then product URL, which I talked about, that when you make your Squareface website, when you make your Squareface website, URLs will be generated automatically by Squareface to you. Okay, so we are going to add chat buttons. You know, we are going to another step when we are looking at step number 7, which is additional information and products settings. We are going to another step is to add to chat buttons. Add to chat buttons. Want your product, want your buy now button to say something else, you will find that setting under the option tab in the classic editor, or under customize in the new editor. You understand? So another point is to product thumbnail images. Product thumbnail images. Product thumbnail images. This is the image that will display on your main shop pages feed. If you don't choose a custom thumbnail, Squareface will automatically use the first product pictures. The first product pictures you upload. Once again, under the options tab in the classic editor, or at the top of your product editor window in the new editor. Okay, another point when we are speaking about additional information and additional product information and product searching is social sharing and social accounts. Use these settings to swipe out the preview images that you would want to appear when your link for the product is shared on social, or to automatically update and connect social accounts when that product is posted. So you need social sharing and social accounts when we're dealing with product informations and product settings. Another point that we need to look at when we deal with product information and product settings is shipping. Shipping for physical products, you'll need to let Squareface know the weight and dimensions of your products to be able to calculate the shipping rate. This number gets entered into the variant tab in the classic editor or advanced shipping in the new editor. To set up your store-wide shipping options, you'll want to return to your home panel, then select commerce shipping, add shipping options. Don't forget to add which zone your store will be shipped to. Okay, so we need to have this option, guys. We need to know, let's say the person has bought your product, we need to know how the person is going to get this product. That's why we are speaking about shipping the products to them. So we need to know how to ship this product to these people. So step number 8, the final step when we are talking about getting started with your online store, is to connect payment processors to your online store. You understand? So without this step, people won't buy your products. You need to make sure that you connect a payment processor to your online store. Let's a way for customers to pay you, shall we? Back at the home panel, hit commerce payment. Click on the payment processor you want to add and follow the promotes it gives you for filling in your info to create an account. If you already have an account with either, you should be able to log in top right of the pop-up window. Once connected, you can choose whether or not your store will accept Apple Pay. This is also where you go to view any payments activities without having to log into your Stripe account. You'll also set your store currency in your payment panel. Store currency, when you are on your Squareface website and you are selling something, you need to have a currency, guys. What currency are you selling your products on your online store with? Are you using rands? Are you using dollars? You understand? So it's very, very, very crucial to set up a form of payment, or to connect a form of payment on your online store. You understand? It's very important to connect a form of payment on your online store. Which form of payment are you going to use? Are you going to use Apple Pay? Are you going to use credit cards? But it's very important to connect this form of payment, and it's very important to emphasize the currency that you are using for this form of payment. So we are now going to recap on how to make your online store a success using Squareface website. Okay, so the first step we talked about Squareface website. The first step we talked about in order to make your online store a success was to the first thing we talked about in order to make your, the first thing we talked about when we talked, as we are recapping, guys, we talked about Squareface first. We talked about what is Squareface. We talked about Squareface is an American website building and hosting company based in New York City, right? It provides software as a service for website building and hosting, and it allows users to use pre-built website templates and drag and drop elements to create and modify web pages. You understand? So then after talking about what is Squareface, we said Squareface is an American website based in New York City which provides softwares and services for website building and hosting hostings, right? So first, guys, before we go into details, Squareface is an American website building and hosting company based in New York City. It provides softwares as a service for website building and hosting and allows users to use pre-built website templates and drag and drop elements to create and modify web pages. E-commerce. Okay, we also looked at e-commerce. Okay, we also looked at e-commerce. What is e-commerce? First, we said e-commerce refers to commercial activities, including the electronic buying or selling of products and services which are conducted on online platforms or over the internet. What does it mean to work in e-commerce? E-commerce jobs are positions that complete tasks necessary for the buying and selling of products and services on the internet. What is e-commerce in simple words? E-commerce is the buying and selling of goods and services or transmitting of funds or data over the electronic network, primarily the internet. Okay, so how to make an e-commerce website? I spoke about it, but now we are speaking about Squareface website e-commerce tutorial, right? So first we looked at Squareface, that it is an American website based in New York City which provides software services for the website, right? It provides software as a service for the website building and hosting and allows users to use pre-built website templates and drag and drop elements to create and modify web pages. You understand? So how to make an e-commerce website? Building an e-commerce website is significant and a vital step in launching your e-commerce business. How to make an e-commerce website in 8 steps is to pick the right e-commerce platform, design your e-commerce website, create and optimize your product pages, set up payments, set up shippings and deliveries, choose, register and connect your domain name, test and launch your e-commerce site, market and promote your e-commerce website. You understand? So another step is to define what type of a website you want to make. Any website you create begins with a clear website goal and target audience. By identifying your niche and purpose, you can take steps towards building a site that not only looks pretty but platform as you hope it will. Example: blog, e-commerce, photo gallery, social media links, online store, chat features, members area, privacy policies, events website, non-profit website, church website. Choose your website builder. A website builder is a popular and affordable solution that enables you to set, pick and register a domain name. Your domain is link your website address and payment homes on the web. As you build out your product pages, as you build out your product pages, pay close attention to the following elements: product names, product images, product descriptions, shippings and return information, product reviews, cross-selling and upselling opportunities, set up payments. Today, shoppers expect multiple payments options. Some prefer credit cards or debit cards. Set up shipping and delivery. When building an e-commerce website, start by determining the shipping and delivery objectives. Another point, choose, register and connect your domain name. Once you've created your e-commerce site, you will need to either connect an existing domain or create a new one yourself. Test and launch your e-commerce site. Once you've made your e-commerce site, it's critical that you look upon it, and then another point is market and promote your e-commerce website. So I'm just emphasizing on e-commerce. What is e-commerce? You understand, guys? I was just emphasizing a little bit on what is e-commerce. So let's recap, guys. Squareface website e-commerce tutorial. Getting started with your online store. On recapping on points, we talked about how to create an online store using Squareface, right? And then we said that the first step that you need to do in order to create an online store using Squareface was adding a shop to your Squareface site. So before we can start setting up a shop, listing our product and tweaking our store design, we need to physically add an online store to your site. To do this, go to page, click on the plus sign to add a new page, then choose shop. You will be able to tweak the style and layout of your store once you've add it. So just pick which you feel look like the best starting point. Okay, so the first step in creating on how to create your store using Squareface is adding your shop to your Squareface site, okay, which I looked into now. The second step was to navigate the backend of your Squareface shop. Once you've added and named your shop, go ahead and click on it to open it. To the right, you'll see the store page, the page your site visitors will see when they click shop. In your main navigation, where you want to browse through all your products or services. A shop page has all the same capabilities as a regular page, meaning you can add drag and drop whichever section or content block you choose. Okay, so that was step number 2, was to navigate the backend of your Squareface website. So step number 3. I forgot to mention this. There's just one cleansing expectation, that is special shop sections that your page automatically comes with, right? This special collection section is built into your shop page to help instantly display any products you add to the shop, and so it can be deleted or blocked added to it. Only Finally, the display section setting can be tweaked to style and look the best. On the left, you will find your store panel where you go to add and manage all your products. Okay, so that was step number 3. Step number 4 was that was step number 2. Step number 3 was to edit your shop page settings. To open your shop page settings, click the gear icon in your store panel. This window is where you will edit shop page URL, page categories and subcategories, CEO titles and descriptions, to make your shop easier to find in Google search. Shop preview images, the images you want to display when someone shares link to your store. Okay, advanced settings, this is where you go to enable quick view previews when someone hovers over your products, thumbnails, your shop pages, and also to add products tags, which are just another way to help organize your store. Okay, so we also talked about step number 4, which is adding your subcategories and tags. You can choose to create all your categories and subcategories ahead of time by entering them into your shop page settings or all at once, or by creating them as modified when you are adding individual products to the shop. Any category you add will be visible clickable category on your shop page, so you don't want to have any categories without actual products in them. When you do launch your shop, to make a subcategory, just drag and drop one of your categories under another inside your shop page categories settings, and to create a subcategory, just drag it under another subcategory. So we made an example. Let's use jewelry shop for example. Your category might be rings, necklace, and earrings, etc. To help shoppers further narrow down their search, you might add subcategories like gold, silver, diamond, etc. Tags are a little different and can only be added in an individual product setting, but once they are added, they can also be managed here in your store page settings. Think of tags as a way to organize your shop using non-product features related. Step 4 on making your online shop a success was adding products and services listings to your online store. To add your first product or service, click the plus sign in your store panel. Choose the categories that best describe what you are trying to sell. Physical products, you will physically be sending them a package when they make their purchase. Digital products, goods are delivered via email, like a link to downloadable files or password protect the pay on your site. Another point was services. Rather than sending them anything electronically or in the mail, in order to fulfill their purchase, you are going to have to actually provide them with a service. Gift cards, these are also electronically delivered, meaning they won't get a physical copy of their gift cards, but they can apply the balance of the viral gifts towards future purchases in your store. Step 5 was editing your product description. Depending on you, when you created your online shop, you may have the option to use either the classic editor or the new editor. Each has the same setting, just in a slightly different location. This classic editor has all the settings you'll need sorted under specific tabs within the editor, whereas the new editor will have all the settings on one long scrolling page. When you fill in the information under each of these settings, you are telling Squareface what to include on that specific product page, rather than having to build and design each product page complete from scratch. Squareface will take the info you put into your product editor and use your templates, buttons, font, and other styles to automatically create a product page. Let's look at the first setting you will want to tweak within each edit when setting up a product or service listing. Okay, so the first setting that you will want to tweak was product name, images, and descriptions. Product visibility, whether your listing will be visible, scheduled to go live at a later date, or hidden from your storefront. Categories and tags. You can create new categories or tags here, or start typing to automatically populate ones you've already created. Okay, and then step number 6 was setting your product prices and creating variants. The following settings can be found under the pricing or value tab in the classic editor, depending on which type of product you've added. Adding a simple product is pretty self-explanatory here, but if you are selling a product or service with more than one option, rather than creating multiple listings, you will create what are called product variants. Say you sell a ring that comes in the size of 6 to 10, you want to add in a new variant for every size option your customer has, but you also carry this same ring in silver and gold. Rather than creating a whole new product listing, you would want to add separate links items for every single size in gold, as well as separating items for every single size in silver. This will create a list drop down for visitors to use to select which option they want before ordering. You can also upload a specific image to display when the customer chooses a certain combination of options and want to preview your product. This also allows you to set different prices from different options of the same product and put some on sale but not others. Okay, step number 7, which we looked at on getting started with your online store, was additional product information and product settings. The additional info tab or window is where you put in any information you want to appear under the product images and add cart area at the top of the page. Okay, we also talked about additional product information and product sections. We talked about product forms. If the purchase requires you to collect information from the customer to fulfill, like if you need to have ring custom engraved, or your service provider, you need your service provider who needs prepared for the project appointed, then you would add those questions to your product form. And then we talked about product URL. Squareface will automatically generate URLs for you, but if you want to create a custom product URL, you can do that under the option tab in the classic editor or under CEO and new editor. Okay, so I think I covered all we talked about, guys. And then we also talked about step number 8 was to connect a payment process to your online store, meaning connect a way that people are going to pay you after you sell something on their website. Okay, so last recap, guys. The first step on Squareface website, how to make your Squareface e-commerce website a success. I talked about how to create an online store, which is step number 1. How to create an online store using Squareface. Step number 1 was to add a shop to your Squareface, is to navigate the backends of your Squareface shop, was to edit your shop page settings, was adding your shop categories and tags, was to adding product and service listings to your online shop, was edit your product descriptions, and then setting your product prices and creating and then we talked about connecting a payment processor for your online store, and then making a way for people to pay you after you have successfully made your online store. So guys, thank you very much for watching today's video. Please leave a comment in the commenting section if you have any questions, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Goodbye and good luck.